Antonina, hi, I'm happy to see you. And please share some exciting facts about your professional background.
Thank you, Dara. Pleasure to be here. Definitely. So I joined blockchain space in I think it was 2018, right around ICO mania. And in the same time, I moved to Silicon Valley from Ukraine, and I was looking what to do next. And before doing blockchain, I was doing backend for some time. So I was professional engineer. And I was thinking, okay, what do I want to do and what is interesting to me? And I got really excited. I read about smart contracts. Somehow this like two words attracted me so much. And I was start to read about Ethereum and Vitalik, and then like start to go to meetups. And I joined Consensys, which was actually a big Ethereum hub and still is.
Yeah.
I don't know if many people know, but Consensys was created by Joe Lublin, who is also a co-founder of Ethereum. And Consensys was a company which basically started a lot of original Ethereum tools like MetaMask and Ethereum. But when I joined Consensys, I've been there for 2 years. I was exploring different verticals and I was looking what is interesting for me. And around 2020, I got really excited about DeFi and switched to Compound Labs. Compounds used to be and still is a big DeFi protocol, borrowing lending.
Mm-hmm.
And I joined Compound just like a few months before DeFi summer, which Compound kickstarted by releasing the governance token. So I saw DeFi summer from inside and all the craziness of liquidity mining. So been in Compound for some time, and then I decided to switch. And now I actually have M0 Labs, and we do a stablecoin on Ethereum, but looking to expand into other chains as well. And since I joined M0 Labs, I built the protocol and built a team who built the protocol. And we launched in summer, and we already, like now we have 100 million total value in the stablecoin which we built, and obviously looking to grow. So been a wild ride.
Yeah, it sounds impressive, and your experience is very unique. So can you share, please, more about M0 Labs and what do you do there as the co-chief technological officer?
Yes, definitely. So what I do, it's a good question. So since I joined, we had 2 stages. And speaking about M0 Labs, so M0 Labs is a company like we know that a lot of companies are split into foundation and labs. Labs we build and provide engineering services. So what we did, we built a protocol which is used to mint stablecoin, which is called like M0, and we have also governance tokens which are called Power M0. So all tokens are in the name of the company itself. So we had 2 stages as of now. I joined M0 quite like blockchain times quite long time ago, almost 2 years ago, and we built a protocol. So first year we were building actually. So it was a lot of design, sketching, figuring out. Our co-founders coming from traditional finance and from DeFi as well. Like one of co-founders, Greg, he was working with DAI, and all of them had a lot of ideas how to improve stablecoin and how to build more resilient and more scalable one. And all of these ideas came into designs of M. So for first year, we were just like taking the vision and transferring it into like the actual protocol. So build a lot of architecture, a lot of building. Then we had audit stage. We had a lot of audits, which is specific for smart contracts development. Nobody uses protocol unless it was audited, or at least it's at your own risk. So we had 8 audits and coding competition, and we released the product at I think it was end of May, and then we switched to stage 2, which we are now, where we are just looking to grow and looking for different partnerships for people who want to build their own stable coins and want to use M as raw material. So, for example, at the end of year, almost like before, between Christmas and New Year, we came to 100 million of total value locked by partnership with Usual, which is also stablecoin. They used our like we used our token M as collateral to mint their stablecoin, and it's called usual M, so it's one of extensions of M. And we're looking to build more of this. I think February we're looking to have Noble, which is also the company, and they build in the Cosmos. They're on the Cosmos, and they're looking to launch their own Noble dollar, but in the background they will use, so it will be also M extension.
Sounds exciting.
Yeah. So coming back to your question, what I do. So my job is to make sure that all of this happens from engineering perspective. So that's building a team, growing a team, planning, figuring out how to do things. And I was coding a lot, writing programs a lot myself last year, and I still continue to do so. So it's mix between management of the team and actually doing the engineering work.
Yeah, thank you. I want one more question about the business model and maybe about the scale of M0. You provide, literally you provide solution for other companies and they can build their stable coins based on your solution.
Yes. So our recent offering, which called M extensions, we built a wrapper, smart contract wrappers, extensions of M, so that other companies, other protocols can create their own stable coins. Because demand for stable coins only grow, and TVL of stable coins, total TVL, is growing. We have a solution which we spent more than a year building out, and we have automatic yield distribution, right? So a lot of stable coins are interested to give yield back to users, because the leaders of space, right, USDT, USDC, don't give back yield really. So at least it's especially USDT. So we're looking, and we have all of the solution to have the clean programmable way to build your stable coin with yield components in it. Also, I didn't mention our stablecoin protocol is immutable, meaning that neither no founders of M0, nobody can change it. Nobody can, for example, stable coins, somebody can put USDT historical, they can put the blacklist or block your transfers, put you on our stable coin is immutable, meaning there are no blacklists and nobody can add them. Though some of the protocols, maybe they need that functionality. That's why we can move it into extension level, where in extension itself, you can add all the additional features you want, which maybe unfortunately can be a blacklist, but then it's a decision of another partner themselves.
Yeah, more decentralization, less impact from the team on the stable coins and all the technology. Okay, so which companies can use this solution? Only Web3 companies, or any company, Web2 company can create its own stable coin, for example, to use it in their how can it work for Web2 companies?
Really good question. I think a lot of Web2 companies, especially fintechs, are potentially interested in solutions like that, because a lot of big players like PayPal or Revolut, all of these fintechs, are potentially launching or they'll launch their own stable coins, talking about that, experimenting. Web2 traditional fintechs looking to do it or step into Web3 space. Yes, definitely payments companies, especially in growing markets like Latin America, they very heavily into Web3 space, and they looking to have a crypto rails.
Yeah, Argentina especially.
Yes, we have a member from Argentina. This is one. I'm original from Ukraine. I'm in US, but we have quite good way to transfer money here. Though in Argentina, that's our team member who actually uses stable coins on day-to-day basis, and for saving and getting that yield component is very important.
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks for great explanation. So can you share more about why does DeFi direction is so attractive to you? Why do you believe in DeFi?
Yeah, I don't know. Somehow it got me. I think it's what I always wanted to do, but I didn't know. And it took me some time. and also development of the space. DeFi didn't exist when I was a student or something, or when I was doing my master thesis. It is, but I'm really excited about it. First of all, it's pure logic. Second of all, you kind of can rewrite traditional finance and all of this privileged class of certain privileged class by just code. You can write a protocol, which, for example, we did at M0 and I did at M0, which issue money. And I created interest rate models, which with team, obviously it's not only my effort, but I was involved in creating an interest rate model which prints money. And what we actually did, we made sure that we never overprint money. And our rate, just to explain a little bit more, so we have the minter who mints stablecoin, and they have to pay a fee for that. And we also have earners, like speaking about yield components, who receive the yield. So what our protocol does, it makes sure that we never give earners more than we charge the minter. And we have the interest rate model contracts in the system, which are public, open on the blockchain, which control that whole process. So we basically created a bank, right? I created with my hands a bank, and I can deploy it. Nobody can stop me from deploying it on the centralized network. And looking at it, it's not that much code, right? It's like, and blockchain is my infrastructure. I deployed it once. I don't need to bother anymore about keeping it, like making sure it's available. So I'm super excited. And a lot of these protocols, like one example I always give, it's Morpho. Right, Morpho it's also borrowing lending protocol. It has probably like 2 billion now. I didn't check what they have actually. I need to check. But it's 600 lines of code. Everything grows. Everything grows fast, and it's 2 billion USD of assets, and it's 600 lines of code. It's immutable. Nobody can put it down. Nobody can change it. At this point, it's basically safe. I don't think anyone will hack it or something. So it's amazing. And the code doesn't care about how fancy you are, and it doesn't care who you are. It's like there are rules and you have to follow the rules. So yeah, that's why this space is super interesting to me. It's like breach of economics engineering, and you constantly have to learn more things and expand yourself.
Thanks for sharing your vision. What do you think about this battle between the ecosystems? I mean, like between Bitcoin lovers, Ethereum lovers, Solana, Cosmos, and all these battles. And we don't even mention L2 battles in the Ethereum ecosystem between different projects. So, what do you think? Is it about like healthy competition, or it's more about I don't know, some kind of cannibalism or some kind of like unhealthy competition? What do you think?
Yeah, there was a lot of talk about Ethereum, Solana, still continues. So what I think overall, everything goes to progress and everything comes to the common sense. We started the interview with me mentioning DeFi craziness, but DeFi craziness led to L2. It's like if some of your viewers remember, like gas was so high that Ethereum was unusable, and that was a big push for L2. Now we're sitting here a few years later, L2s are basically like cannibalistic to Ethereum as it presented to I not necessarily agree to the Ethereum mainnet, but they're like up live and they have more transaction activity and it continues to grow. Now, like speaking about Ethereum and Solana, that's blockchains which built with different purpose in mind. Ethereum was the way to, Ethereum comes after Bitcoin, right? Store of value, which is not very programmable. And Ethereum comes as infinite machine, as world computer, and give people, engineers like me or anyone else, engineers, possibility to create the things we discussed, right? And Solana was built to be super fast, low latency, and it's somewhat like, and obviously you have to give up something to reach that speed and latency. Again, hopefully Solana. I respect Solana a lot, so we're looking to expand to Solana, and I will be learning a lot of Solana. But obviously, you have to give up something to get that speed and latency, and maybe it was it's a little bit more centralized, just because you need to run more advanced, like validators are more advanced. and that programmability and variety of contracts which we can build on Ethereum, on Solana, can be somewhat trickier. So overall, I think a lot of good blockchains, blue chip blockchains, they have their own niche, and I don't think they compete. I mean, they compete with each other on Twitter, but in reality, they have use cases. Then there is the other side. So we come into Consensys, where blockchains specialize, and every blockchain will have its niche. Speaking about L2s, yeah, we definitely don't need more L2s than users on these L2s, right? And reality, what happens? A lot of projects launch L2, like users, and with no users. There are users who like just hunting for airdrop, come into testnet, to get that airdrop. Like there is fake activity. Maybe even founders think they're everyone is so excited. Then they launch, there is token is dumped, and then this L2 is not used by anyone. So yeah, that's also happens in the space. But I think overall we're moving just to more scalable, more decentralized blockchains. And in a few years, we see how the ecosystem will play out.
Yeah, so let's talk about the future. So can you predict the near future? Can we expect, and should we expect, the mass adoption of DeFi in near future?
I wish I can. I wish I can predict future. I don't think anyone can, and even really good experts. I think again, I hope and I work on that mass adoption of crypto and specifically DeFi happens, because power of DeFi is really extreme, right? It's transparent, it's decentralized, and you can build anything you want on it. The question is how to get this tool, which is still niche and used by somewhat quirky people, to the hands
with
of
technical knowledge, or at least with deep understanding of webs.
Yeah, to the hands of real users. We already discussed stablecoins. So stablecoins, it's one of examples of traditional finance on crypto rails, where blockchain is the infra for payments. So the question is how to get it to the real users, and if real users even care to know that to use blockchain behind the scenes, or they just want to have the same UIs, the same interfaces and behavior which they had before. And I think the industry come to conclusion that yes, it's blockchain and crypto have to be in the background. UI experience have to be simplified for users, and users don't necessarily care about storing seed phrases, not necessarily care about which chain operate. If I want to onboard my mother, right, she doesn't care is it Base or Optimism, I don't want to even, or Solana or whatever. It's if I send her stable coin, it's I don't want to explain to her, okay, so here's your wallet, here's Base, here's Optimism, here's Arbitrum, here's I don't know, all these chains, and here's Solana, which is different, which is not EVM, right? So she wants it to be all hidden from her for her own sanity, and that's what we as industry and as engineers and builders in the space have to work on.
Yeah, I agree with you. Our moms shouldn't try to understand all these differences between blockchains. Okay, so can you please share your experience of being a woman in the blockchain field, and especially in engineering? Did you face any prejudice or doubtful attitudes? Tell your story. Yeah.
My story. So my story, again, started not with blockchain engineering. It started with just being an engineer and a girl on applied math faculty, and being 4 girls, 26 boys. So I think that was the beginning of my story. And then I went to work. My first job, I was working with Linux, with Lisp, which is functional programming language. And at this point, I was I was almost the only one woman in that company. So that was my beginning. So when I came to crypto, I kind of already had the way to live up in the space, and I built an understanding that people meet you, they look at you, right, and they can have certain maybe biases or have certain expectations, certain patterns. There is a pattern match, and they all pattern match everything every day. But as long as you work and as long as you like really professional, it's like the gender doesn't matter. So I'm almost like treat work as a genderless person. I try not to think about it because if there is any prejudice, first of all, like a lot of I work mostly with men for my almost 15 years now. And a lot of them helped me out. A lot of them mentor me and were very supportive. So I didn't have much prejudice at all. Maybe maybe it was one or two rare cases. So, but I always was interested in what I do. And I mean, I was trying to take it as very, very healthy. And also it doesn't help, if you start to think about maybe this person told me this because I'm a woman and he had some certain prejudice towards me, it doesn't move you anywhere, right? You are what you are, and you won't be born in a different body. At least you won't be different at this life. So it doesn't help you to move ahead if you just start and think what other person think. Maybe there is some prejudice. Yeah, you cannot fix another human being at this point.
Yeah, for sure. What advice can you give women starting their career in engineering?
Oh, that's a really good question. Though, I would give an advice for women to have a logical mindset to go to engineering. Because this is like the biggest piece of advice I can give, because I still see that less girls come to engineering, especially like looking at students and professionals, there are just less women. And if there are less women, there are obviously less women competing for some position. And obviously it's men who get the position just because it's just numbers. So I suggest to come to engineering because it's really a good profession and good field to start and to continue being it, or even switch if you want to do something related. But it doesn't hurt, first of all, to get engineering degree, especially if you're logic-minded woman. We're all different, right? If you have ability to think analytically and to think through steps like 1, 2, 3, connect them together in the algorithm, like you absolutely can do engineering. I was so afraid. I mean, I remember myself coming the first day to university and I was so afraid, but I was doing math before and I was thinking, okay, so maybe if I cannot do programming, at least there's 50% of math, so I will be okay. But then I really liked it. Yeah, so I mean, just come to engineering. It's a really good profession. You can work remotely. It's like you can build fun things. The salaries are great comparing to other things. I don't know what girls do. It's not promoted enough. You don't see women engineers being shown on TV, or in TV shows.
Yeah.
It's like you should be more fancy. You should be like some PR specialist or art gallery or whatever. But if you want to have an interesting job, make money, mostly work remotely, balance your personal life, like potentially kids and whatever, and your job, then just go and do it.
Yeah, thanks for this advice. I'm sure it's valuable for many. And yeah, ladies, if you watch us, please listen to Antonina. Okay, so let's discuss the Web3 culture. Do you think it needs any improvement, and if yes, how can it be improved?
Again, all the good questions. The one thing I want to say, I sometimes feel weird about crypto bro culture. That's the only thing when you ask about prejudice. It's like if you look at the pictures on Twitter and the audience, it's like you understand that you don't belong. You're not a crypto bro, you're not a crypto chat, you're not a especially I'm not a giga chat, right? And if you open the Twitter and even some products, they obviously target boys with like some anime like girls. And when you look at this and you feel like you don't belong, you just...
Yeah.
For me, again, as I said, I kind of 15 years in engineering field, so I don't care. But I understand that maybe some girls who just come in and this is their first thing, they probably feel like they don't belong at all and they won't even try, or they like can be afraid. So I would say, I think culture will fix itself. We're still niche and there are still a lot of crypto bros. But as we like expand, when we get this 1 billion users, and when more and more people come and join, I think the culture will be a little bit more diverse in what. But I still on the positive side, what I think about crypto culture, I really like intellectual curiosity.
Yeah.
I really like this flat model. There is obviously hierarchy in crypto companies, but I like the intellectual flat model where you can message anyone and people are not too serious about themselves. It's like if you can put an avatar of, I don't know, pink panthera or like blue penguin, you by definition don't too full of yourself, right? So you're in a space, you're like open to have fun conversations, or you're open to be like flat and
more open in generally.
yeah. When I look sometimes at LinkedIn, it's switch between LinkedIn and Twitter. Twitter is definitely more fun, and people are somewhat interested in LinkedIn. Everyone in suit in black or white shorts. So yeah, that's a different type of culture. Not everyone, but I'm just saying this part of crypto Twitter culture I would like to keep and see it staying with us, but add a little bit more diversity and more welcoming to women. Maybe some giga chadi, I don't know, giga girl or something. We should invent something.
Yeah, I know that there is the Bera Bodies, this women community for like women supporters of Bera Chain, and they grow pretty fast, and they gather many women around this idea. And there are many other communities focused on women, but I think we should have like this more balanced, like extra spikes on some points, some ideas maybe. Okay. I know that you visited the New York Stock Exchange before the new year, like previous year. Can you share about your experience, because it's a very unique experience? So please share what happened there.
So I posted. I believe I posted on LinkedIn and Twitter. So it was actually a team offsite. We didn't do IPO. I didn't I was not invited to do any new news report. Nothing super fancy. So our protocol team, we had an offsite in New York City, and one of our founders used to be a trader, the one who like architectured the protocol as well. And he still have friends who working on New York Stock Exchange for. And my brain just connected the dots, and I like, okay, I want to see New York Stock Exchange before it's become a museum. I want to see that. And they have a team, and team needs to be like, we want to do some team building activity. And it's really fun, and it matches our our narrative and what do our company do. We do crypto finance, right? But very related to traditional finance as well. So yeah, we were invited, and we went few hours before stock exchange closed. So we heard the bell, and just saw what's going on inside, which was super interesting. It's relatively quiet, no of this wildness which we see in the movies, which was obviously from the past. So traders have their own booths, like they're like full, and these booths are full of computers. So they have the monitors with all kind of reds and greens going up and down. So they look at curves. And most of trading now is 99. I don't want to give percent. Is automatic, right? So it's no manual trading, but they look at. So they still look at this trading screens and looking if certain strategy work or don't. Traders had very funny jackets, like they were being in very blue puffy, somewhat puffy jackets vest. Apparently it's traditional, so they're still wearing it.
All of them are wearing the same jackets?
I mean, yeah, it's kind of the same jackets. I don't wanna abuse anyone, but it looked to me like fisherman jackets. Maybe we post picture, so
I'll try to find.
Your viewers can make decision for themselves how these jackets look. Yeah, they look very unusual for this time jackets, like blue one. It's relatively quiet. All of them were very happy to talk to us and explain what they do. And most of them are very, very experienced. So they work on stock exchange for probably a few decades and seen it being more wild and busy, and just we're happy to share advice with us. Sell your losers. Like, don't be too cocky, as they say. Don't be like, just know when to stop. All these things which they just shared with us was very funny.
Sell in May and go away.
I think they need to close their position by the end of day so I can leave with ideally profit.
It's from
Yeah, so very inspiring.
Yeah, so what is their attitude to crypto? Did you discuss any crypto things?
Yes, we discussed a little bit. So we told that we are from crypto native company which issued stablecoin. They were very interested. They know it's a future. I especially remember one conversation we had with our host, and he told, first of all, that he sent his son to work in crypto, which is a bullish
Nice.
sign. And second, he told that all these years we know people and we know bankers and we know regulators. And the moment they start to talk about Bitcoin and crypto in general very negatively, we know that it will stay. Because as he said, the quote, those people, if it doesn't matter, they don't even talk about it. So you'll never hear about them. Like, them talking nonstop about crypto was a sign to us that it's gonna stay.
Yeah. Okay, great. I'm sure that they know something, and their experience is pretty. Yeah. Okay.
They know something.
Yeah, they know something. Okay, and the last question: which resources or maybe mentorship programs or events can you recommend to people interested in blockchain development and in entering the Web3 space?
Це теж вирішено, щось я замерла. Окей. Так, зараз я відповідаю. Да, будь ласка, в мене вже перезавантаження.
Antonina, and I have the last question. Can you recommend any resources, mentorship programs, or maybe events to people who want to learn more about blockchain development and who want to enter the Web3 space?
Really good question. Last good question. So yeah, there are so many resources at this point. Back when I started, it was almost nothing, which was in a way easier because there was nothing, right? You don't need to sort through resources. So first of all, it depends on the blockchain, and depends like if you want to be an engineer, or you just you also looking to be a product person, or you want to do marketing. Like, I think at this point, every vertical is closed with resources. So if you want to be engineer Ethereum, just check a few good boot camps. A lot of them are free. Looked at some point at Rare Skills. It's not free, but really high quality. There are a lot of open resources. I like for example, the smart contract programmer, and look at YouTube high quality videos. If you look into also a lot of official resources, right? So if you look at from Ethereum Foundation, or if you want to learn Solana Foundation has a lot of development courses. Also check the free boot camps, which are usually sponsored by some of the company. There are a lot of community-like learning, and for example, for women, it's SheFi. Now it's getting.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's Daria knows better. Daria did the course on SheFi. I didn't.
Completed cohort. It's pretty helpful to newcomers, actually. If you're advanced in Web3, it's not so like helpful. But if you're a newcomer, and we discuss newcomers now, yeah, it's pretty helpful and insightful to anyone learning like from scratch everything related to blockchain.
Yeah, so a lot of newcomers and also non-newcomers now, and just go to events and talk to people, because I would say start from something like which is within your reach. If you live in a big city, like which is like crypto hub, like for example, I live near New York City, and there is constantly something happening. It's like there are so many events where you can just go and listen to companies presenting themselves, and then you can meet people and ask your questions, right? And that will unlock the next step for you. So my advice, just find any resource which is like you see is decent and high quality, and start learning. and then the path will be built up one step at a time.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Thanks for your experience. It was really insightful, and I'm sure that our listeners and viewers will also enjoy our conversation. So, Antonina, thanks, and if you have any last word, you can.
Last words. I think DeFi and crypto is here to stay, and I would like to see more women more ladies in the space. So yeah, take that first scary step and take more risks, because that's the one difference I noticed between myself and a lot of my colleagues. We are much more conservative, even we're not taking enough calculated risks. So going into crypto is one of such steps which can unlock new potential for you.
Yeah.
And for men as well, and for men audience as well. Happy holidays, and happy holidays, everyone. And up to the bull run.
Yeah, thank you very much. So, guys, I'll leave Antonina's links under this video. You can follow her and and see what she's posting, because she's posting really great things about the ecosystem and about researches. I really like her content, so you can also follow her and learn more. See you in the next videos. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.